I'm Angela, a doctor of psychology. And yes, I've been on 100 dates. And not because I was endlessly unlucky in love, but because I wanted to understand something deeper. And one of those things where what actually happens on a first date when two people meet for the very first time. What happens or what makes a person truly attractive, not just on paper, but in real life. In this video, I'll tell you what I learned from all these 100 dates and the biggest mistake that I saw over and over again. So, first of all, why did I actually go on 100 dates? That's quite a few. So, for my book, 100 Dates, I decided to go out and test real world dating psychology, not just in theory, but in action. I met people from dating apps, from friend circles, from dinners, from parties, from clubs. And what struck me wasn't really the variety of people, but rather how so many of these dates felt kind of the same. And how many people, smart, kind, fun, interesting ones, unintentionally and so sadly, like how why we sabotage our first impressions. One of the most common mistakes that we humans make on first dates are we are not present. That's it. No bad hair day or no weird hobbies or like ordering the wrong drink. The thing was, they were simply not mentally, emotionally there. Some were distracted by their phone, some were overly focused on how they were coming across, or still emotionally entangled with an ex, or just clearly emotionally burned out from dating, not ready to connect, not ready to be emotionally close with a person, which we really need to be able to be from date one. And this detachment is something that for me was so obvious and so clear in so many of my dates. And it really hinders us from the first date becoming a second and a third. And then there were the ones trying so hard to impress me in these dates. They told stories, they were name dropping, they cracked jokes, and kind of acted as if they were standing on a stage. So this wasn't a conversation, it was more of a performance. But what happens when someone is performing is they stop connecting. So if you're not emotionally accessible, it's really hard to feel chemistry. So trying to be impressive really often gets in the way of being authentic. And the people I wanted to meet again, they were present. They were vulnerable in the sense that they could share experiences and parts from their own history where everything hadn't gone perfect. That like where they had failed or felt sad or felt alone. I could remember myself being drawn to people who could show insecurity and, in a way, showing their weaknesses that turned out to be their strengths. And with that, I mean that because of their transparency, I saw them as stronger and safer and as better relationship material as compared to those that didn't possess this capability. My previous relationship had left me so wounded. I could see myself dating, which I did, but I couldn't see myself entering a relationship initially. But the day I met my husband and things really started to feel real, he was just so real, so different. I just knew that there's something special here. So being present, being curious, being comfortable in themselves, and also being vulnerable in a real human way. Like the ones that were not really working so hard trying to win me over. That's the ones that did. Like they were just being themselves. That's something that's really magnetic. So next time you'll be going on a first date, try to forget about impressing or being perfect. Just show up fully. Try to understand the other person, listening, asking questions, real questions. That's something that's gonna make you stand out from the crowd, from all the other dates that they are on. So not showing off your filtered self. And this is some of the things that I would say turn the first dates to second dates. So what what did I learn from my 100 dates? Well, it's not our outfit, it's not our voice, it's our presence. And something else that I learned was that this my 100 dates journey turned out to be one of the greatest experiences, one of the greatest journeys in, well, this sounds cliche-ish, I know, but still, this is what I learned. I learned to know myself a lot better. What traits, what personalities I really enjoy being around, and what I don't feel comfortable with. I learned to know myself better. I learned what I feel okay with and what I don't. And I know that dating, going on a date, it really can make you feel so lonely. And I guess that sounds a bit contradictory, but like going on date after date and still not finding the one, or not even scratching the surface to finding someone that you could truly connect with, or someone that you could build a relationship with, that feels really lonely. And I really thought that I will never meet someone. Well, I wasn't desperate to meet someone either during this phase. But after going on date after date, I really start to think or feel like there's no one out there for me. This is never gonna work. I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. And well, that was okay. I had my kids and I have a family. But since my marriage had broken down because of infidelity and I got left for someone else, I wasn't feeling super strong or like I was lovable. I didn't really, during this time, feel like I was a person that could be loved. I was feeling insecure, and it took time before that feeling transformed into something else. But dating while feeling these emotions, not all the time, but having them in my backpack, and date after date just leads nowhere. Like there's no one here that I could connect with on a deeper level. There's no one here I could even see myself entering a relationship with. And the ones that felt kind, empathetic, and curious, and having these warm traits in place, these people felt unavailable. A couple of them were super anxious. One or two were still grieving their past relationship and wondering if and how things could have been different with that. We're not ready to commit. So there was always something in the way of taking that next step. So dating really, if you think dating feels like finding the needle in the haystack, I know what you're talking about. But just keep going. Don't give up. Keep the dating apps. Be open for meeting people at the bus, at the subway, at work. Take a dance class and just try to be more open to meeting new people and talking to them. Comment the weather, comment the bus being late. Just state the obvious. As long as you stay active, at least you could get some new friends being more open and just stating all these obvious things in our surrounding. And also know that all these dates that you are either enjoying yourself through or suffering yourself through, try to see it as one step closer. True love. Another advice is don't settle. It's always better to be single than being in a relationship that doesn't feel 100% because you're gonna know when it's right. So please tell me in the comments about your worst or your best dating experience. What was the worst thing that you experienced being on a first date? And if you'd like to see more of my videos on dating, on toxic relationships and healing, or first impressions, I'd love you to subscribe. So, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.